September 6th at the Mahalo Hotel, a fundraising dinner for Youth for Christ's 75th anniversary. If you would like to be a sponsor and meet Brian Clay, visit yfchigh.org for sponsorships and info. Mahalo to Gentry Homes, Commercial Roofing and Waterproofing, Cedar Assembly of God, Young Guns, Dr. Kenneth Lee, Cole Farms, and ESPN Honolulu.
Securitas needs to fill more than 80 full-time and part-time positions all over Oahu, including the downtown and Waikiki area. There are shifts available 24/7, including swing and graveyard shifts. If you're hired with a current Hawaii Guard card, you can qualify for a $3,000 bonus. Don't have a Guard card? No worries. You can qualify for a $700 hiring bonus. Complete your application online at securitasjobs.com or walk into the Securitas office at 888 North Nimitz Highway.
If you missed out on the biggest high school football games of the weekend, catch up at ESPNHonolulu.com. We have scores, recaps, and photo galleries of the biggest games. Mahalo to Native Apparel, 808 Futsal, Kiha Public Skating, the Waikiki Malia by Outrigger, and 808 Kitchen and Catering.
Strikes, spares, and touchdowns? That's right, Leeward Bowl Bar and Grill and 850 Craft Beer and Whiskey Bar are the perfect hangouts to watch live UH football and NFL games. Bring your family and friends, cheer on your team, and enjoy an extensive selection of signature beverages and full menu of delicious poo-poos. Located at the Pearl City Shopping Center, Leeward Bowl and 850 are your homes for the very best in NFL and college football viewing. Visit leewardbowl.com.
Have you been to Midas Hawaii?
Hello, Tim here from Midas Hawaii, where we are more than just mufflers. We are complete auto care, rated #1 in customer service. We strive to make your experience more enjoyable, whether it be for a walk-in safety check 6 days a week, brakes to radiators, or oil changes and steering. With 6 locations on Oahu, 2 on the Big Island, 1 on Kauai, our goal is to expedite your service and get you back out on the road. We also want to help you save money. For great rates, check out our webpage at MidasHawaii.com for specials, online deals, for services such as oil change, safety checks, and maintenance packages. And let's not forget about our tire services too. Midas is a one-stop shop for all your car care needs and is proud to be locally owned and operated by the Pereira family. Come in today or call us for an appointment. Remember, it always pays to have the Midas touch.
You came for this, we do that. So we might as well get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
This is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, AM 1420 and K224FR, Honolulu, 92.7 FM. Sports Center is brought to you by Mackay HR. Visit MackayHR.com/value for a free no-obligation analysis.
Is Sports Center.
I'm Kevin Winter. One night it was at the National Tennis Center in Flushing Meadows.
Her first meeting is a memorable one. Serena Williams just supreme in the final set when she had to be. Rolling back the years.
And moving on to the third round on Friday night. Chris followed the call, ESPN Television. Serena Williams with a 3-set win over the world's #2 seed, Annette Kontaveit, 7-6, 2-6, 6-2. Serena absolutely dominating the third set, as you heard Fowler mention, after a lackluster second where she missed not one but a couple of opportunities of 40 love. One chance to try to get back into the set, and after that, she pretty much just put it to bed. Then she focused on the third. 6-2 is the win. Serena is on to the third round. She has dropped from a 50-1 favorite to win the tournament. Now she is always down, or all the way down, to 14-1, according to Caesars Sportsbook, and a big, big liability for many Las Vegas casinos. Baseball tonight. Shohei Ohtani moments ago became the second Japanese-born Major League player to hit 30 home runs in a season. He's the other one. Shohei Ohtani, 30 home runs, 100 strikeouts on the mound. No one has ever done that but him. Shohei and the Angels 3-2 lead over the Yankees. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jacob deGrom gets the win. Edwin Diaz gets serenaded by Timmy Trumpet. The Mets 2-1 victory over the Dodgers. Cardinals outlast the Cincinnati Reds. How many? 13? 13 innings, 5-3 final.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Where are the flying cars? That's what I want to know.
Thank you.
Where are the flying cars?
Thank you.
I promise flying cars.
Where are they?
Fly me, Key.
More from KJ and Max Thursday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Call the Coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you in part by
Ruby Tuesday, Hawaii. IBEW Local 1186, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, Hawaii Pacific Health, HGEA, and Pacxa.
Live from Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua, this is Call the Coach with Timmy Chang. Yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to do. This is the menu for today. We're going to talk, first we're going to talk about Vanderbilt. We're going to take some calls or texts, let some folks ask you some questions. We'll take a break, then we'll come back and we'll talk about the next guys, the Hilltoppers. Okay, so let's get it started. And I'm glad that we're at a place that serves alcohol to have this conversation. So, Coach, you had some time to look at some film.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You got a chance to look at some of the things that happened. Just open floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, not knowing what we looked like live, it was pretty impressive for us to, have a good, we're going to fair catch. Our plan was to fair catch the kickoff return and take the first drive and go and score, and that's exactly what we did. We had a 3 and out. We got the ball back. We took a drive, and we ended up, stalling out, and the defense played well again. They got a 3 and out, and this game was pretty good and pretty close. During that first quarter, the quarterback used his legs to score it out for a first down. We get a penalty, I believe. And then, the drive just kind of extends a little bit in it, and they score really quick. And, we received the kickoff again. I never seen this happen, but, there's 2 fumbles that come out of our captain's hands, and they get picked up and ran right in and lands right in the guy's lap. And before you know it, you're down 14-7. I thought our guys responded pretty well. During the first half, we go down and kick a field goal. There was a 4th and 9 call on my part that I declined the holding penalty, and I look back at it. And, it was on the 9-yard line. It was 4th and 6, and I declined it, and they end up converting a first down. On a play where it is what it is, right? It goes through one guy's hands, it hits another guy's hands, and the score is either 14-10, but they end up scoring, and then they convert the first down, and it ends up 21-10.
So let's pause there. That's halftime.
Yeah, it's halftime.
Okay, and there's still a lot of football to be played. You're very much in it, despite a couple of mistakes, both from the coaches, from what I'm hearing, and from what was going on in the field. But the more important question right now is I noticed that you're not eating the Loco Moco this week.
Yeah, it's the Loco Moco was comfort food, right? And I think we need to get things right, so I went with the orange chicken salad.
You went tight, orange chicken salad.
Yeah.
Man, okay, and water.
That's the kind of, the water's been consistent the last 3 shows, but
shots for everybody on Coach.
But the salad, I tell you what, the salad is we had a week where we after evaluate, we'll talk about the second half, but after evaluating ourselves, the thing about it is I've been to a couple different places.
Mm-hmm.
I just been to a first time head coach with Jay Norvell and in our first season, and really in that first season, the first season to our 5th season is so different, right? Normally if you watched, I didn't watch the film of the last week. I was quickly getting ready to who we were going to face, our opponents, because time is precious during these weeks, right? Your one opponent ends and the second one is up to bat. And they're coming in Saturday fast. And so you try to maximize time as much as you can. So I would have just moved on to the team. But really, after after watching the game against Vanderbilt, it was really important that our kids and our staff and ourselves watch it together and really, understand, where the things happen where we need to get better and how important the details are every day and how important your choices are and what you do with that time and just kind of focus on everything. And to be honest with you, it's not really miraculous things. It's really the small details that need to be fine-tuned and done and really it starts with me. And so now talking about the second half?
Yeah, okay, that was a great segue. Let's go into the second half.
Okay.
And no blame gets put. We're not blaming anybody. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done. You now know what you have. You've seen these guys in game time, so you know what you have. What I know though is in the second half there was no quit, but maybe an explanation of the third quarter would help.
Yeah, they deferred, and so we're kicking off. We kick off, and first play is an explosive play with a horse collar. Second play is an explosive play. Third play, they're in the end zone, and that's how fast it happens. And you want to try to nip that in the bud, and it's somewhere along the line. Especially coming out in the third quarter, you want to make sure that your adjustments are sound. You're getting ready to counter whatever they came up with, and we get the ball. We go 3 and out. They get the ball. They score again, and I believe in a real quick time, there's about 35 points I believe they get put up, and really the sign of a really good team is all 11 guys working together, all 3 phases, right? And I believe in that short amount of time, it was every different room, and I start with my room first, and that's me, right? Everybody took a turn of not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that's really, I told the guys, that's really where we're at right now, and until we clean that up and we take, we do our job, week in and week out in every play, and never take these plays for granted, never take practice for granted, never take the time we have for granted. I think that's when you're going to see change. But that's who we are. That's what we put on film, and we and including myself have to take ownership for it.
There were a lot of comments being made. I made this comment with the Animals on the morning show, Gary and Chris. Have you ever, in all your years of playing or coaching, seen your starting running back get basically struck by lightning, gets hit perfectly on the ball with a helmet, and that ball pops up, and then for that to happen twice, but then to turn into a touchdown in that very same play twice? Have you ever seen that? To me, that's like catching lightning in a bottle. I've never seen that on a starting running back twice in one game.
It's rare, right? And he's one of our leaders, voted on by the team, and he doesn't mean to mess up, right? But fundamentally, coming, going on an outside zone play, coming downhill with the safety, we just got to practice ball security, understanding when you make that cut, you got to get low, your pad level's got to be low, you got to anticipate it, you can't be too close to the guy when making that cut, and he understands that. And then I don't. It's like shared responsibility. We're supposed to be blocking on the edge, and the nickel does a good job of we call cupping the ball, making sure that he contains his leverage, and he does, forces our running back to spin, and the defensive end that you don't see, hits him, ball pops out and pops right to their guy, and so. Until we understand those basic fundamentals and the things that we do every day and every moment and how we practice counts and matters, that's when you're going to see change again.
And I think a very mature way of taking that blow was that Diedrich actually owned up to it, says, I can't do that, this was my fault. He realized that it might have even have changed the momentum, and while no one play does it, he realizes that he was a big part of some of the change that happened in that game. Let's talk quarterbacks. I know you love to talk quarterbacks, and you're probably hypercritical about the position, given your past. Tell me about first of all, what you thought of the quarterback play, your mindset in switching out the quarterbacks, and then after the break, we'll talk about what's next.
Okay. Quarterbacks, Brendan Shager started the game. He's had experience being here in the program. he's had experience playing last year with Chevin. And really the quarterback battle was really close, but we gave the edge to Braden, and we wanted him to lead the team to start. I thought he did a great job. I think he looking back at the tape, he's going to tell you that there's some throws that he probably shouldn't have made or could have made other decisions with. And really we wanted to see what in the second half we wanted to see what Joey could do to see if he could spark us. And
for a while he did.
And he moved the ball. That's the thing. They both did well in moving the ball. Joey was put in a situation where, it quickly turned 28-10 in the second half with the three plays and scoring, and so that could have changed our mental focus a little bit, which we can't let happen.
I love positive comments. I'll take the negative ones too, and I'm sure Coach will too, but here's a positive one. Hey, Coach TC, tough game, but we know you can bring the team to its winning ways once again. Just don't leave us when you go undefeated.
No, I won't.
That's a great one. I love that.
I'm just trying to get my guys lined up right now. I'm not worried about leaving. For the last 8 months, this island has accepted me, has accepted our team, has accepted the brotherhood, and I'm very appreciative of that. And so I don't plan on going nowhere.
13 players made their first career start as Rainbow Warriors this past week. That's a lot. And you still and a lot of them that were playing were freshmen and sophomores.
Yes. Yeah. We're young. There's nowhere to cookie cut it. We're young, but with them learning, right, watching the film, watching what they're doing, right, you as a player, and you go through your daily schedule and you're in it, right? You're in school, you're waking up early, you got to work out, you got to do all these things, right? When you get 9,000 fans in front of you and you have to do your job and it counts now and you get one shot at it, the mental is what I want them to focus on. Where their mind is at, to just remember it's just like practice. You did it over and over and over and over again. Now when it counts, you need to do the same. And so that's the key with these guys and these freshmen and these sophomores and these younger guys and these guys starting for the first time. They're getting their experience, right? And so we'll sit here next year somewhere in August talking about this, and then you're going to be talking about all the guys coming back, right? And this wealth of experience. So, right now it's trying to push these guys in the fire and get them to go and get them to learn and get them to just keep buying in, keep coming, keep plugging away. We're going to get knocked down, but I want to see them get back up, and I want to see them respond.
It's 8:08:20. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We're live streaming on Facebook right now. We're on ESPN Honolulu, 1420 AM, 92.7 FM. And it's happy hour thanks to Rick. He's treating everybody tonight. Every day, 3 to 6, $1 off draft beers. It's $8 or less for some spinach dip, mozzarella sticks, chicken tenders, and pretzels. And every Tuesday they've got a flash sale, so you'll have to check them out online. Good stuff going there. This is Pono. He's texting and he's saying, I know everyone talks about the quarterback situation, but what about defense? Are there any changes this week? And I know you probably don't want to speak specifics, but you already kind of said you know what you got. Are you making big changes, or are you keeping it the way it is?
No, our guys are our guys, right? And it's about them, just making the plays, right? And they're in good position, right? They're in good position. Sometimes they're not, and so. It's getting them to understand their leverage, getting them to understand their hands. I don't think there's too much change, to be honest with you, personnel wise, and stuff. And so, I think we know that we need to stop the run against a really good running team, with a running quarterback. And so, and that quarter, and hats off to them, man. I saw a thing on Vanderbilt in the offseason, and they usually do, they do a the D-line came with it first with Von Miller and a lot of veteran guys. It was called the D-line Summit, I believe. And the tight end started to do one. And it started with Kittle, and it started with our guy at Kansas City. And those two guys got together, and they started inviting all these guys to meet at a place, and they would do all tight end play. They would they would get on the board. They would do drills. They would, just talk about techniques and stuff. Well, this tight end school was held at Vanderbilt this year because Kittles lives in Nashville, Tennessee. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's not good for us because they're going to be pretty damn good. And really, their tight ends really blocked really well. I was, as a former tight end coach, I was impressed on how they were able to cut off the edges and wrap around the perimeter to help spring their quarterback loose. And so we got to be better in playing with our hands and holding our leverage so it spills back inside.
First time out of the show, 296-1420 is the number to call. We're on Facebook live streaming. When we come back, we're going to get rid of Vanderbilt. We're going to talk Western Kentucky. It's Call the Coach with Timmy Chang here at Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua.
Would you easily be able to locate your home insurance and last 2 years of tax documents for a home loan application? Do you know where all of your time-sensitive documents are?
If you answered no to any of these questions, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union wants to help you be better prepared.
Go to hificu.com and click Enter to win a $100 Hele gas card when you register to download the Ho'okele Guidebook. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA.
Pacific Guardian Life first opened its doors in 1961. Today, they are the largest domestic life and disability insurer in the state. But then and now, their mission remains the same. They are committed to providing their customers with life insurance products to meet evolving financial needs. They are also committed to providing comprehensive employee benefits solutions in temporary disability and group life. They are proud to serve Hawaii's families and businesses. Visit PacificGuardian.com.
Some people think of public workers as statistics, numbers, positions that are unnecessary. But public workers include police dispatchers, lifeguards, principals, and other school workers like safety and security specialists and educational assistants, public health nurses, and thousands more real people who play important roles that every community needs. So those public workers, we shouldn't take them for granted. They provide essential services that benefit us all. A message from HGEA.
This is an emergency sports alert for all softball fans. Sports Stand Sporting Goods has just announced that Jocelyn Alo, the NFCA Women's National Player of the Year, two-time USA Softball Collegiate Player of the Year, and ESPY Award winner, will be at Sports Stand Sporting Goods in Waipio on Monday, September 5th from 10 a.m. to noon. This is your opportunity to meet and greet the greatest softball player out of Hawaii. September 5th, 10 a.m. to noon at Sports Stand Sporting Goods in Waipio.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
Call the Coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu.
Live at Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua, with the man himself, Timmy Chang. And yes, that warrants an applause. Yes, thank you. Coach, first one's done. I know you guys probably started watching film, Sunday on Western Kentucky?
Yes.
So already into it. So it's good to get rid of the Vanderbilt game. There's plenty of football to be played. We do have a question from Robert, and then we'll get into some more about Western Kentucky. But he does ask, what are you most concerned about with Western Kentucky?
They're a great team. Tyson Helton was a coach of actually you started as a graduate assistant as I came in here in 2000 as a freshman, and we elevated him to special teams coordinator for 2 years, and he did unbelievable for us, and that was his start in his journey. And
during what with Chad Owens, right?
Chad Owens, right? That 2001 BYU game with Coach Rolovich, and that awesome environment that we had. It was probably one of the best environments I've ever seen in college football, and Chad really lit and ignited that special teams that day and into a rout against a undefeated BYU team at the time. And
just to clarify though, you did come around Loa Stadium in the early 90s, right?
Yes.
I'm just saying, because that was a pretty good atmosphere back. I'm just saying.
That was that 92 team, the 50th anniversary.
92 team was
30,
arguably the best ever.
50.
Just saying. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
It was we're gonna celebrate you guys too. By the way.
Just so everybody knows. Oh, this hurts. 30th anniversary of the Holiday Bowl win.
Yeah. Awesome.
There we go. Okay.
And really that's really what it's about. It's about getting back to those times, right? The 90s, the early 2000s, right? Just getting back. But anyway, Western Kentucky, well-coached team. Last year they went to a conference championship, lost to a really good UTSA team, and they like to throw the ball around, and so it's going to be an exciting game.
Jump back real quick to this past weekend. There's a couple of questions. They're both similar questions. One is, why didn't you wear green? The other was, no names on the back. They love the helmet stripe. No names on the back of the jerseys. I know you can answer this. It's not your department, but I know you can answer it.
Yeah. So we do not own a green jersey. I wanted to get the band to come and play for us, which we ended up doing. And thank you, boys, if you guys are listening, for coming in and coming in. But we are green as a school, so the theme was everything green. I wish we had green jerseys, to be honest with you.
There it is. And I know that the nameplates just weren't all completed. Is that the correct story? They weren't all completed and didn't get sent in time.
Yeah, we sent them out.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
Yeah. So instead of what I ended up doing was just having, if we weren't gonna all have it, then I just took everybody's off, and so that was the decision that I made.
Okay. All right. There you go. Okay. Western Kentucky. Tyson Helton. The guy's done. I know you've already kind of talked about what he was like here. Did get his coaching start here in Hawaii. Was very good at it. Moved around a little bit. Ended up now at Western Kentucky. This is his 4th season, and they've had they've reeled off a couple of really good seasons. Last year, let's just go ahead since you're a quarterback. Their quarterback Zappy set a record, 5,700 yards passing, 62 touchdowns. This team throws the ball quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Tyson, I think, still has that spread, run and shoot type of background, right? And when you watch the film, he likes to throw it around. His guys spread it around. I know they lost their coordinator this past year, and they don't have their quarterback and a couple stud receivers they got coming back, but they are a really talented team. They do a good job recruiting, and they're reloaded again. They played Stephen Austin pretty good this past week at home, and they're making the trip down, and they're going to be a good team, both offensively and defensively.
Are they doing some things offensively that you know?
It's a little different, I think. It's spread. They go spread stack. They play up tempo. They spread you. They really spread you out. They run vertical game. They run a horizontal game, screen game on the outside, and so they do a lot of great things.
We don't want to give away anything, but there is a question from Tony on Facebook. Why 3 big banners behind play callers? He's never seen that. Is that giving away anything, or can you explain that?
It's for the signalers. Okay. So like we talked about in the last 2 shows, information is huge, right? In this multi-million-dollar business, billion-dollar business, and so any edge you can get, coaches still signals. That's a real thing. People got in trouble for it, very publicly, and so, but that's what the banners are for.
Okay, there you go. Of course, we're not going to talk specifics today because Western Kentucky can watch this stream just like you can. So we don't want to give away anything. But who's your starting quarterback?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think we'll just let them continue battling it out, and then we'll find out Saturday.
There you go. And I knew that was coming, but I figured I'm going to throw it out there anyway, especially because there are a couple of questions about it.
Yep.
Here's one. Hey, Coach Chang, do you think you'll have the QB situation settled by Michigan game?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I think what the thing about the quarterback position too, right? When you got and me and Shoemaker talk, I asked him today is. The thing about it is just you stay in limbo. You stay in limbo, right? There's no one that the team rallies behind, and that's really part of it, right? The quarterback's the guy. He's the guy with the ball. He's the one that makes the decisions. He's the guy that distributes the ball in the offense. He sparks you, right? And so you want a guy in place that the team can rally behind, right? And I really want these guys to own that and take it by reins.
Okay, here's another positive one. Hello, Coach Chang. Hawaii is behind you all the way. We really enjoyed the whole game day experience at TC Chang. They went on to ask about the green uniforms. We answered that. They also said they were there when UH beat BYU twice in a row. I think that was my time. But the game day experience, I'll go ahead and say with the concert, because it wasn't just students in the concert. There were a lot of us in the concert as well. But that whole game day experience was much like Island Day, spring game.
Yeah, it's really thought about because of the fans. I mean, the fans, some of the best times on a Saturday, just living in Hawaii geographically, right? You wake up at 6 o'clock. There's games on TV, right? Your team, us, the Brotherhood, play the last game in the country every Saturday. But between that 6 o'clock game in the morning when you wake up, all the way to 6. You're watching games. You're in and out. You're preparing. Before then, you used to get to go to Aloha Stadium. You used to put out the tent, pull out the barbecue. You used to be able to grill. And some of the people here remember that with being with family and friends and all that, and community, right? And that's what it's about. And so, us being on campus now, we're trying to create that same environment, right? We're listening to you as fans about what you guys want. What kind of experience do you guys want while you guys come in and watch your team and rally us on? And really, it's all about the fan experience. It's about you guys having fun out there and making it enjoyable, so you guys can get your families back and get around that type of environment. So, I think there's still better to come, to be honest with you.
I love that you have input in it because it sounds like every week you're so excited about what you used to feel, what you used to see, and that is definitely something that is special for families that are experiencing UH football.
Yeah. Well, I think the world of our athletic department, and really they're the ones, behind the scenes and doing all these different things. I might come up with one idea, right? But it's them that are working in the marketing, they're working in the contracts, they're working the different things, right? You got to think that the university wasn't ready. It was a stadium for a long period of time. It was Cookfield. Now it's Clarence TC Chang Complex, and they've been unbelievable, by the way, that foundation. But it wasn't really ready to host 9,000-10,000 in that stadium. You see when you come there, you got the portals, you got all these different things, you got cattle gates that got to go up, you got big lights that got to go on, and so I mean it's a big moving process that these things have to get done, the parking and all these things, and so props to them. I'll throw out an idea like, hey, let's go bigger, but and I only say that and because of the fans and the experiences that I want them to have when they come to the game, right? I want them to enjoy this thing and really have family about it and do those things.
And to be real clear, this is a space that wasn't made for 9,000 people. This is not a stadium that originally was made for 9,000, maybe 2 at the most. But if you remember how it was before it was TC Chang, when it was Cookfield, the stands were not nearly as big. It wasn't made for that space. So we're trying to pack a lot of people in. I do appreciate that, though, because there are a lot of people that want to watch this football team. We're going to take our second time out. When we come back, we'll talk more Western Kentucky. We'll tell jokes. We'll take calls. We'll do all that on Call the Coach with Timmy Chang.
Would you easily be able to locate your home insurance and last 2 years of tax documents for a home loan application? Do you know where all of your time-sensitive documents are?
If you answered no to any of these questions, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union wants to help you be better prepared.
Go to hificu.com and click enter to win a $100 Hele gas card when you register to download the Ho'okele Guidebook. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When we talk about reimagining healthcare at Hawaii Pacific Health, we're really talking about you. Because making it easier for you to be healthier is what it's all about. With video visits to see your doctor from anywhere. With virtual urgent care. With more clinics near where you live and work. And with a personalized approach that focuses on prevention. We're reimagining healthcare for you. Visit hawaiipacifichealth.org/telehealth.
Summer is here. Do you stay in or get outside? Discover the unique all-new curved display screen of the iconic BMW 3 Series. Weave through the mountains in a stylish BMW X3 and take on even more adventures with your BMW X5 and its ample capacity to store all your gear. Because life isn't meant to be spent indoors. This year, summer adventure starts with a drive. Summer on. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Take advantage of special summer offers at BMW of Honolulu. Visit bmwhawaii.com.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the Endless Summer Sale, August 26th through September 5th, and get 30% off paints and stains with prices starting at $29.39. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Call the Coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu.
Back here live at Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua for Call the Coach. Timmy Chang's answering your questions. All you got to do is give us a call or a text at 808-296-1420, and he will be happy to answer. And in fact, you may have already answered one, but by giving us your schedule throughout the day. But did you get a chance? One of the questions was, did you get a chance to watch the Little League World Series?
Yeah, very impressed with the team. Every chance I got to sit in the office, and they were on during our game planning and things. Very, very impressed by that team. It was made with a bunch of ballers.
Another question. This sounds like somebody that knows their football. Why did the D coordinator decide to use Batoon's scheme, Coach Batoon, by the way, versus Coach Graham's scheme?
You know, I think Jake is well-rounded in a couple different areas, right? And really, when you think about it, right, they can get into 4-down structure, they can get a 3-down structure. All these thoughts get splattered on a board or in a room, and it's really about defending what you have in your opponent that week. And so, whether he's using grams or he's using platoons or they come concocted with a mixture of things, it's all about trying to get as much stops as you can.
Here's another one. Hi, Coach Chang. How did you get Joey Yellen to play for you? He's a 4-star quarterback who played backup to a first-round pick last year.
You know, Joey came for opportunity, and really we want to give him that, and that's why he played in the second half.
Okay, great answer. I like all the food truck choices. So do I. Those are good. Could barely get back to my seat from all the great grinds. That just simply a statement, no question. But congrats, I suppose, that you got back to your seat, and congrats that there was some good food.
Yeah, I think there were 22 vendors, food and drink vendors, and I'm sure it got to please everybody's palate in some way.
Okay, here's a great question, and again, this is not your department, but you might know, and maybe we need to have somebody from marketing come every once in a while. Hey, John and Coach Chang, is there a concert this week, and how do we find out what's going on before we get there?
That's a great question.
And we'll find out for you and tell you next week. So why don't you just come on down to the game and find out for yourself? That'll help. Okay, let's go with. We talked about this. This is a great question. What happened to the up-tempo offense? I can probably answer this for you.
Go ahead.
Vanderbilt. That's what happened. They're playing too. They're coaching too, right? I mean, it's a chess match.
Right. It is a chess match, and I think when we went in there, we thought that we could go fast, and we did go fast in the first series. What the thing about playing up tempo is that if you don't stay in front of the chains, which there's just a couple situations where we just got to keep getting first downs. You put your defense in a bind because of how fast you play, and so you got to have some perfect execution. And really, they opened up the game on us, especially in the third quarter.
Love comments like this. This is Matt. Timmy, thanks for taking the job. It's going to be some trials and tribulations. You'll get your good days and your bad ones. But keep your positivity and your head up, and that's the best you can do, and that's all you can do. Go Warriors and brotherhood.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Matt.
Those are always great. Okay, let's get into the Hilltoppers real quick. Their offense. We talked a little bit about their passing. Any particulars of their personnel that you want to talk about?
No, not really. But they got some stud receivers.
Yeah.
They got some good receivers. As I said, they lost a couple, but they're replenished with some good receivers. Pretty big up front, offensive line wise. They stick with a couple different run schemes. They like to throw the quick throw out on the perimeter, and then they'll run the vertical passing game with some horizontal passing game at the same time.
There was a question earlier, and because they pass a lot, there was a question earlier about team speed in Hawaii's defensive secondary. Is there any answer to that? I mean, is that something that you guys, if there's not enough speed in the secondary, is there a way you can combat that?
Yeah, you want speed, right? Speed and length are two things that you get in recruiting, and we definitely want speed on the field. And so, putting guys in position, if the thing that we need to do, right, is play with great eyes and in great anticipation, and so that makes up for some of those things, if speed is an issue. And so, we want those guys to be smart guys and play as fast as they can.
Here, we're going to go back to Vandy real quick with this question. On 3rd and 1 at the Vandy 40, that's pretty good that they can recall this, because I can't recall what I ate for lunch, let alone. Is there a reason Yellen threw sidearm to complete a simple screen throw that was thrown behind Phillips? Was Yellen allowed to keep on 4th and 1 on the following play?
Smart fan. Very smart fan. And so what he's talking about is that, we had a throw. It was a sequence. We're right in the middle of the field. It was right in Joey's, series where, he throws an out route. Guy steps out of bounds. We thought he got the first down. Okay, we go really fast, up tempo. We call a play. It goes to throw the screen on the sideline. I didn't know if someone was in his way, but the ball came out backwards. And so what he's saying is that he threw it sidearm, and instead of gaining us, we needed to get 2 yards, he ended up throwing the ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And so he tried to get up and the guy only made 6. And so we had to go for it on 4th and 1. And, we ran a play, and, we got stopped in that situation. And I think Joey could have pulled the ball in that situation. And so, again, learning curve, right? Putting the ball underneath the guy's chin. The DBs were off. The quick screen game, which Western Kentucky's going to do. Same thing. Putting the ball underneath his chin, giving him a chance to turn, catch right there, gain a couple yards. Keeps us on the field, keeps the defense off. We're still move the chains first down. Maybe a different scenario.
This is a great question for what we're talking about right now. Jeff is asking, do the quarterbacks have the ability to audible themselves?
It's a great question.
Sounds like you don't want to answer it.
Yeah, exactly. This is going on YouTube.
And moving on. Okay, I like to peruse the questions before I actually ask them, even though this is live. But, let me just turn this around real quick for everybody to see. This is great. Apparently, this is a picture of the guy that's asking the question. Let's show everybody on Facebook. This is great, but I still got to look at it. Aloha, Coach John. I got the secret weapon play. Good for third and short, fourth and short. John, don't say it out loud. Well, what the hell am I going to do then if it's a secret? Whisper it into Coach's ear.
Yep. It's a staple, right? It's a staple play.
Did anybody hear that? We're talking about the shovel pass. Yeah. Sorry, dude, I had to let it out.
Yeah. We actually tried to run it. And our running back took, instead of taking half a guy, took the whole guy on. And so it was during a blitz, so it's actually a good play for blitz, because guys are up the field, or unless they're dropping really off. So it was a great call, but we took the guy right fully on instead of half the man and giving us space to pitch. So, it was unsuccessful.
Grace asked the question, and yes, to your answer, we were talking about Coach Tyson a little bit earlier, that yes, he was in fact a University of Hawaii coach to start and a graduate assistant in the year 2000. Defense. Does Hawaii's offense, in your opinion, first of all, let me ask this. Is Diedrich starting?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. There's a running back question. Who's your starting quarterback? I asked that already. Don't worry about it. Does Hawaii's offense have the firepower to compete against a Western Kentucky?
That's a good question. We're going to find out Saturday.
Is this so? With that, are you still really trying to feel out what players you have and where they belong?
No, really for us, it's putting these guys in good position, but also at them executing right. And like you said earlier, we got some young guys, but they gotta figure it out. They gotta grow up fast, and we got these kids can play. I've seen it. I watched them practice, and so it's just about doing it on Saturdays. And so, hopefully we can keep up with them and even more.
You're watching film against Austin Peay. Do you go back a little farther to see what else any other games? Or are you particularly focused on their first game against Austin Peay?
Wow, this show gives up a lot of information, doesn't it?
Well, you don't have to give it up. I'm just asking.
Yeah. We do, because it's so
just
early,
give me the
because it's so early on in the season. We do go back even further.
Yeah.
And so we have to do our homework and look at a lot of things. And if for this defensive coordinator, he was an analyst at Florida last year, and so he last time he coordinated was 2 years ago in Colorado.
Okay. Question about punting. Didn't go very well. Was it game jitters for your punter? You don't have to answer it again. Let me put it this way: Coach is not going to. So we're not going to make him answer anything that might make somebody feel bad.
I'll answer for us. I'm sure. I've seen him punt the ball 60 yards. The kid runs a 4.5. He's athletic, really, really athletic. He does double duty. And I'm sure that he could. He wished that he could get some of those punts back. And so, but all the faith in him, and I think he'll do a good job this week.
There's more questions that'll give up too much information, so I won't even ask it. What's on the menu tonight at home, or is that all you're going to eat?
It's Ruby Tuesday with Uncle Rick.
Yeah, and he's got specials. Yeah. In fact, it's happy hour. I'll go ahead and say it, 3 to 6. So I guess happy hour's done. But we're all still very happy. What other specials you got, Rick? He'll actually deliver it to your table if you want to order something. You good with your water, or you want something?
No, I'm good.
I actually have the pull to have Rick bring it to the table.
Oh, no, that's okay.
No, Rick is a good guy. He's a great friend, and obviously Ruby Tuesday's got some great food here and good drinks. Is there any questions here from anybody here? Open it up a little bit. Nothing about particulars or schemes? No? Nobody wants to ask? Everybody's kind of drinking. I see Dara. She's got a drink. Okay. Let's take another break. It's that time.
Is it?
Yeah, we're going to take another time out. When we come back, we'll finish this up. We'll take a few more questions. 808-296-1420. Call the coach with Timmy Chang. Ruby Tuesday.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA.
What you doing now? I'm doing my own PV system, and I get homie fall-proof gear. Ano think bubble wrap and duct tape going work? Yeah, I get them. Check this out. Okay. You okay? I think that heat expanding stuff is true. Getting smoking hot in here. Oh no. It's raining over here. How we pop all the stuff? Oh, careful.
Make sure to have an electrical contractor and licensed electrician do your photovoltaic installations and electrical work.
IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
Some people think of public workers as statistics, numbers, positions that are unnecessary. But public workers include police dispatchers, lifeguards, principals, and other school workers like safety and security specialists and educational assistants, public health nurses, and thousands more real people who play important roles that every community needs. So those public workers, we shouldn't take them for granted. They provide essential services that benefit us all. A message from HGEA. Here's TNT Tinting's founder, Tommy Silva.
One of our most popular products today is our Lumar Select Pro Valor Self-Healing Paint Protection Film, or PPF for short. It's a 6 mil thick clear urethane film that covers some or all of your vehicle's painted surfaces. No more costly damage from loose gravel, bird droppings, road tar, and road debris. This new generation PPF is not only self-healing, but also has a hydrophobic ceramic top coat, keeping it glossy and stain resistant with the best manufacturer's 12-year warranty. With Valor, you get paint protection film and a ceramic coating in one.
So if you have a new vehicle, visit TNTTinting.com or call and get our new vehicle 15% off Valor PPF special. Limited time only. Call now.
You got a friend in the business at TNT.
Nothing says summer like an ice-cold Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Smooth, refreshing, real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Look for Twisted Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Call the coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu.
With Timmy Chang. Our final segment here this week. Just a reminder, we are taking next week off. We'll be back on September 14th. We're actually not taking it off. We're all flying to Michigan next week. So that'll be the reason that we're going to be rejoining here at Ruby Tuesday Moanalua September 14th. We'll be talking about that week's opponent. This is another nice comment. Coach, like the song says, hold your head up. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah. No,
You've got a lot of support. I mean, there's still a lot of support. While there are a few haters, I mean, they're going to be critical, hypercritical about certain things, but you've got a lot of support still in this town.
No, I really appreciate it, and I really think it's all about the process, right? And us staying together, as a team, as a family, as a brotherhood. I mean, that's what it's about, and we really want to make this community and this state proud, and that's our goal. And we won't stop working till we get that done, and we'll continue that every week.
So much support that in the last hour, Ryan from Hilo has asked 3 times, Coach, when are you going to visit the fans on the Big Island?
I'm coming. We'll come in the off season when we get the break, but I plan on visiting all the islands and making sure. The Brotherhood's with me as we go, and I'd love to do clinics out there, and especially meet our Nicole fans and our people. I I want them to come to the games too. You know, I remember doing a game in Maui, and that was planned by June and the athletic department, and we had fun. And Maui came out in support, man.
Glenn from Maui says, Coach Chang, it's only the first game, and there will be some hiccups in the team, especially since it was the first time they played together. That really is true. I mean, this is the first time, 53 new players. This is the first time a lot of these guys ever played in a game-time situation together in a lot of positions.
Yeah, I mean, it is, and like I told them today on the field, we got to grow up fast, boys. We got to grow up fast, like right now, you know, and we got to make these adjustments, and we got to be accountable right now to what we're doing. And so they understand. The great thing about it is that they want to do it. I challenged them, hey, get up and get into the film room. Come and see your coaches. You know, make sure you understand what the game plan is. Make sure you understand what your opponent is. Make sure you understand what is going to take place on Saturday. And guess what? They respond and they do the things. And because of that, that's what makes me believe we have a chance. I don't know when we'll be, you know, what my goal is a consistent top tier program in the country at, you know, somewhere in the top 25. We can get the recruits that we need. I know that we have some committed guys coming down. There's a big game with my alma mater, a high school alma mater, and Bishop Gorman from Nevada, one of the top teams in the country. They just lost a close game to the #1 team in the country in modern day, and they're going to come here. And we got some commitments from some guys, and so we're not going to stop working, man. It's an all-process thing where we got to get our football right, we got to get our roster right, we got to get recruiting right, and through those things and us coaches putting our guys in position and taking accountability for that first to get the guys right, that's where it starts.
I didn't even ask you to bring that up, but that's great because this is a good segue. You can catch the Bishop Gorman game against St. Louis on this family of stations, ESPN Honolulu. It'll be a live call from my brother, Mark Veneri. He'll be calling that game Friday. So
yeah.
That's very cool. So if you guys want to listen to that, you can. If not, then don't worry about it. It was all for naught. I swear that this guy has texted in a bunch of times. He must be a teammate of mine because he says, any chance you're going to bring back the rainbow helmet in the future games? It's like going back to the 80s and 90s.
Well, you know, we'll work on green jerseys.
I was just about to say, you're still trying to get nameplates on a green jersey.
Yeah, green jerseys, nameplates. We'll get there. We'll get there. I believe we'll get there. And but you know, I tell you what, when you think about this game, this past week's game, you know, the last thing I'm worried about is jerseys. I want those guys to play physical. I want them to know what they're doing, and I want them to play together and execute all 4 quarters. You know, not just a half, but all 4. And so all those things will come.
Although looking good plays good, right? Kelly Green was nice. Just saying. Kelly Green in that rainbow was really nice. Here's another great question. Does this team have a Nate Jackson-esque type pump-up player?
You know, Nate was unique now.
He did fire guys up.
He was unique, and when you seen his hair fly, and he had bad intentions, he threw his 165-pound frame around with disregard. I mean, he didn't care, right? And I think that's what fans loved about him. You know, there's a young player that we have right now, freshman, you know, gray-shirted. Played with his father, Afatia, but Matongi Thompson has a chance to be one of those type players out of Punahou High School. Have, you know, big size, 6'1", safety, flies around, just a freshman, and so I think he has a chance.
All right, we're going to close up the texts and the calls. We've only got a couple more minutes. I'm going to open up the floor for you, Coach. Any final statement in this last minute going into Western Kentucky? You got anything else you want to say? You want to make a statement?
No. You know, we got to get better. You know, and this is another week to do it. And so, you know, Western Kentucky is a great team. You know, we're at home, and we got to be on our A game to beat them.
Perfect. All right. I know we've got a bunch of texts coming through. The phone calls are coming through. We do have 1 minute to go. Anybody else here? Just going to open it up real quick. Anybody else got a question for Coach before we get going? No? Well, from all of us at ESPN Honolulu, and of course the entire state is wishing you and the entire staff, the Rainbow Warriors, the Brotherhood, good luck against the Hilltoppers this weekend. Game time, 6 o'clock. Of course, you can catch all the action on ESPN Honolulu. That's 1420 AM, 92.7, or on the Sideline Hawaii app. We'll do this again September 14th. Coach, good luck against the Hilltoppers, and thank you so much for being here at Ruby Tuesday.
No, thank you for having me. Appreciate you guys.
All right, let's call the coach with Timmy Chang. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
You've been listening to Call the Coach with Timmy Chang, brought to you in part by
Ruby Tuesday Hawaii, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, Hawaii Pacific Health, HGEA, and Pacxa.
This has been an exclusive presentation of ESPN Honolulu.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA.
Like bones, your teeth lose density and become weaker over time, which can lead to tooth decay. And that can make your visit to the dentist feel like this. But if you want your dental visit to feel like this, try Crest Densify. Crest Densify actively rebuilds tooth density to extend the life of teeth by remineralizing enamel. Densify from Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America. Smile, Crest has you covered.
When we talk about reimagining healthcare at Hawaii Pacific Health, we're really talking about you. Because making it easier for you to be healthier is what it's all about. With video visits to see your doctor from anywhere. With virtual urgent care. With more clinics near where you live and work. And with a personalized approach that focuses on prevention. We're reimagining healthcare for you. Visit hawaiipacifichealth.org/telehealth.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Hawaii, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Feeling thirsty? Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is made with thirst-quenching real brew tea and 5% alcohol. Fun to drink poolside, at the lake, or even play in the back nine. Look for the bright yellow Twisted Tea cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Thursday night on Fox.
Here we go.
One of the nation's most historic programs looks to light up prime time. Sean Clifford leads the Nittany Lions.
Wow! Touchdown!
In an electrifying Big Ten matchup against Aiden O'Connell and the Boilermakers.
Are you kidding me?
Penn State, Purdue. Coverage begins Thursday night at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Or Spanish,